Monday, everyone. This is the Recoup Daily Check-In. I'm Sweets. This is Sid. Today is Monday, July 14th, 2025. On our Mondays, we talk about what our goals are for the week, if we've shipped anything over the weekend, and what we hope to be doing during this week. I'll get started. On Friday, we talked about my main goal is segments. Veerball's main goal is YouTube. My main criteria is to maximize the number of scheduled actions that include segments. And for Veerball, it is maximizing the number of YouTube tokens inside of the YouTube tokens database. So far today, on Friday, I had gotten the initial prompt working. Over the weekend, I got the initial prompt and I sent Sid a one-click button to be able to test it. Sid tried testing it and he got an error because the number of fans that were in his artists are way more than mine, and so we exceeded Anthropic's maximum token limit. I have been working with Google's Gemini 2.5 Flash. It's the first time I've been working with that model, and I thought it was going to be an easy swap out. Overall, it has, on the Vercel side, been relatively easy. The biggest thing is I have to do more hand-holding, whereas before the prompt was just working with Anthropic, and I was able to just specify don't hallucinate fan social IDs in the description of the parameters. With Google, I have to repeat that same thing in the system prompt, in the actual prompt, and in the description of the parameters, because when I was originally doing it, it was hallucinating socials, which was causing errors in the tool. I've got it working right now. Right before this call, I was finally able to get it working. I've not shipped it yet. The last commit I did right before this call was I deleted all my dev logging, and so that deploy is going right now. Once that finishes, I'll test it and we should be good to ship that. First thing that we're shipping with Google's new Gemini model, way bigger token limit, way lower costs. We're starting to slowly expand into using different models based off of different tool calls in different parts of the app. Veerball's side, he did not understand my prompt to maximize it. He thought it was a technical request, and so after we went back and forth a couple times, he is now on the same page that the goal is a strategic business goal for him, and that he has more freedom to do that to achieve the goal and ship whatever tech is required. This is a shift from how I usually grade devs, which is number of tickets shipped. I told him his goal, rather than number of tickets shipped, is this single quantifiable number of YouTube tokens. So we'll see if that is better alignment for him to be able to not focus on shipping a quantity of pull requests and rather spend more time thinking deeply on what specific changes will have the biggest impact. This is the first time I'm giving a dev a business goal, which is directly connecting a dev to what we are talking about on these calls, rather than kind of we talk on these calls, I'm the intermediary, and then I define the tasks. Directly giving that dev access to our business goals and giving them more freedom to define the work that needs to get done.
Amazing. Did he decide a number?
He has not decided a number. Let me make sure I send that to him now to make sure I get that to him again.
It is live on the dashboard too. So YouTube tokens, I can actually share that real quick so we can see where we're at. You see my screen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be good to know where we're currently at. That way he can properly give us that number.
So now the leaderboard is filtered by time period and filtered by real users, not dev users. So I usually just come in here to the last 30, or you can do last 3 months. I mean, the YouTube's been only shipped for 30 days, so we can do it from there. And then you can see right now we have 5 YouTube connections, and we can sort by YouTube connections, and it will show you who has their YouTubes connected, how many artists they have. And so Steph has the most artists and 1 YouTube connection. Under that is secondhand talent. Then the interesting part is these 3 people. One of them is Caleb. I don't know who the other 2 are. They connected YouTube without having an artist. So this was probably pre our login or our create artist shipment the other week. So these are 3 people that connected YouTube without having an artist. And then the other baseline is, the interesting thing is these 2 people we specifically had meetings with and connected it with them on the call and push them through the, oh, don't worry about that warning, just click this button type thing. So that's where we're at, 5 connections. and 2 users with artists. The next thing I'm
Nice.
working on is the scheduled segments. So that should be done today.
So the current number is 5. Can you give me that? Well, I guess I can just send him.
I sent you a screenshot in Slack.
Are you still using the dashboards tab? It feels like we always jump over to the conversations one.
Yeah, I use dashboards, but not as often as conversations. I use dashboards to track like the sales funnel.
Current number is 5 connections. And so I can get the screenshot here. All right. Resent the question of Earball. We'll see if he gives me an answer.
Yeah, I love this. I love shifting this to business goals because now he's thinking not only about the shipment, does it work, but he's thinking, how do I get people to know that it's there and get them to connect their YouTube, and where's the blockers on that? It's such a good shift. I'm really excited about it.
It's a lot of responsibility to give to someone for a dev.
I like it. Remove the intermediary. All right, next. Anything else specific you want to go over?
Not right now. I'm opening up my notebook to see. What about you?
No, the only other thing, well, 2 things, but they don't have to be on this sprint, but just kind of talking through them real quick to see, like, you're on the same page of where my head is at. Over the weekend, I shipped a way to export all conversations from a user as JSON. I sent you like the some of the JSON files as well as the prompt I used, but I've just been like throwing the JSON conversation and that prompt in and kind of analyzing like users' behaviors, where they're getting stuck, where they're not getting stuck. It's been really insightful to like go in and see from Eric specifically, like, because he's using the tool the most like an AI LLM. He's like he uses it like he's fully adopted the understanding of how LLMs work. And so just seeing where he gets stuck, where he continuously like asks the AI to reframe things, do things better, where like it's just really, really insightful to see. So I've been doing that and getting a lot of insights. And then the other thing is Sam sent me all of the information from Ashnico, and I was doing the tests on like the agents with or for the campaign tracking agent. And so kind of seeing where we fall short there and what we need to do to thinking through what we need to do to like be able to deliver that better than Perplexity. And then also it's been awesome because he's also sending me all of basically like all of the documents contained that the label has contained for Ashnico's album rollout. And so I'm able to see like from the research team, the A&R team, all of this stuff, like what their knowledge, their human knowledge base is for the project. And then thinking through how can we convert that into a knowledge base that agents could use as well. It's kind of like this next step. What is all of that information that we're missing that a human is not going to take the time to like upload into, like manually upload? Like how can we figure out how to do it for them? So yeah, it's been built. Those are the 2 things.
You have time to test the changes I've been making?
Yeah, let me know.
I just sent it in private chat here in the stream. The latest deployment link. Would you mind sharing screen and trying whatever artist failed last time?
The artist that failed last time, yes. Let me sign in with that account.
And if you could share screen so we can see.
I don't know which artist I used. Let me, yeah, I'll share. Give me a second. Let me look pretty. Share. Where are you? And then let me go here and pull up Slack and try to find, where did you say segment generator? Try this. I had, oh, it doesn't say. All right, but I was on this account. So Max Dean. Okay, let me find Max Dean. And all right, what's the prompt?
Generate segments to help me plan my next tour. Or just generate segments and it'll...
Just generate segments?
That should work. Sometimes it comes back and asks you for the prompt right now. So when we did it on Anthropic, it failed. Earlier today, when I was using Gemini, it failed for hallucinating the fan segment IDs. Just tried it with Excellencia Duodo in ef.fun on my side, and it worked. So this is the first time someone other than me is
doing it.
Trying it. This one's going to be a good one for us to really think through the loading state component, because right now you just see it sitting there spinning.
Yeah, and yeah, it's really doing a bunch of shit. 160,000 followers, 98 comments, 154 comments. So not 318. So some averaging about 100 comments each. Huh. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So like, what can we show them here so that like they're excited to wait and get the info?
Yeah, whether it's interactive or just showing a skeleton, something here. Found that Gemini does take a little bit of time on it. It's the Supabase calls are really fast, and then when we send the request over to Gemini is where it takes the longest time to think about the response. And I've been trying with mine, which I think are smaller sizes than yours. So I'm also curious if yours is going to take even longer than the ones that I've done. It's just one single API called a Gemini that takes the longest time of this.
Did you get good results when you were doing it with what is the segment names? Or this is just switching to?
They're decent. Then the next one of the things I would like to do is update the posts table to include the descriptions from the posts. I think that's going to give it more context to know what people are commenting on. Right now, we have the comment text, we have the username, we have all the user info, how many followers, what's their bio, but we don't have the text from the post, and that's important context from the musicians so that what are people actually commenting on? Right now, we see the comments, but no context of what was the description of the post that the artist wrote for us to understand how do their comments relate to the original post when generating segments.
Yeah,
I have liked that. I think its prompts are okay. Yeah, I think that's one of the next steps. We could also probably curate the text for generating the segments to be better. Can you open up while we're waiting here? Can you go to another tab and go to just the prodchat.recoupable.com? And then on the left for segments, click
cool.
the generate segments button. Okay, so it looks like you don't have any. I want to put a checklist in here for the prerequisites that you need. If you don't have an Instagram account connected, you need to do that first. If you have an Instagram account connected and you don't have any fans, you need to scrape your fans first, or you need to scrape your posts first, then you need fans, then it'll work. So it looks like you do have an Instagram, but you likely don't have any fans. Try to go to an account where you have already done fans, or maybe none of yours have fans, in which case none of these are going to work until I give you the the checklist, or you go back and tell it to scrape your Instagram posts so that it can get them.
What like when you say, oh, like I have to tell it to generate fans again?
You need to tell it to scrape your latest Instagram posts, and then it'll go and do the rest of the stuff. And then once you have fans in your database, then you can come in here and generate them. So one of the things I'll do up this week is update this to be a checklist. That way we can know what step you're getting stuck on. But right now, yeah, if you want to use it, start a new chat and then say scrape my latest Instagram post.
Oh,
can you go back to the original one?
Oh,
failed. Okay, so we failed. Let me try to see what the error is. Did it hallucinate, or did we exceed tokens, or something else?
It seems we need more fan data in the system to generate meaningful segments.
No, it's whatever it's giving you in actual text is hallucinating. Okay, it says prompt is too. I think prompt is too long, and it says Anthropic. No object generated. The model did not return a response. Failed to generate response from the data. So even Gemini seems to be throwing an error. And then even after that, even if we do give a response, the response is likely going to be too long when it tries to hand that data back to Anthropic. And then because we're only using Gemini for some things, the context window on Gemini is bigger than Anthropic. So if we try to use bigger context window on Gemini and then pass those response back to Anthropic, which is the main chat, bigger chat window passes big chat context to small chat window of Anthropic, and then Anthropic fails. So something is still going wrong on yours. No clear answer. I'll share screen and then we'll wrap up. So no object generated seems to be what came back from Anthropic. Not the Anthropic, from Gemini.
Do you want me to share Max Dean with you so you have that artist to test with?
Yeah, that'd be helpful. And then this is coming from Anthropic. It explicitly says Anthropic down here that it's too long. So what I'm assuming happened is Gemini took the longest. It tried to generate and then something happened, but we didn't get the actual error. So we don't know what actually happened to Gemini. Then it tried to pass it back to Anthropic, and then Anthropic failed because the context window is too big. My initial thought is we tried to increase the token window to be able to allow these larger contexts. I think for now we need to make it work. So get rid of Gemini. Don't try to get Gemini in. Focus on smaller amount of fans. So right now I'm trimming to the latest 10,000 fans. I'll reduce that by a factor of 10 and make it the latest 1,000. And once you share the artist, I'll be able to see if 1,000 is small enough for us to at least get a response back from this.
Yeah, I just shared the artist. I like that idea because we can always do it into once you get it working into a scheduled action. So it's like get 1,000 fans, get it again, right? So,
yep. Sweet. We can make it the latest 1,000 engagements. That way it's always the latest people that are engaging. And that context window is always updating after you scrape those things.
Yeah.
If you stuck around this long, make sure to give us a like and a retweet. We will be back on Wednesday to check in with how we've been going through the week. This week, we are focused on segments in YouTube. So if you are an artist and you want segments generated around your fans, or if you are a YouTube influencer, a YouTube content creator, a YouTube streamer, and you would like tools that help you set your thumbnails, analyze your videos, etc., reach out to us or just use the Recoup tool at chat.recoupable.com.